I'm nervous, can you guys tell? So it's been 5 months. Oops. I just like, okay, I have this issue, right, where like I'll start something, and then I like miss it once, like I miss a weekend of posting, or like I miss doing a TikTok live once, and then it's just like a downhill just like party from there. Like I actually just can't pick it back up. We're back, right? Who's so excited, because I don't think I am yet, but we'll see what happens. I've been going live on TikTok a lot recently. I started this back in April when I was getting ready for something. It was fun. I was really nervous. I did that for probably 2 weeks in a row, 3 weeks in a row. I went live probably 3 times, and then I just never did again until June last month. I don't remember why I decided I wanted to go live, but I remember doing my makeup one night, and I was like, wait, like this is really cute. So I went live, and I got a lot of people on there, and I was like, wait, this is kind of really fun. Like I actually like this. So I've met a whole bunch of people through there now. I've been going live consistently since then. I've missed a few here and there just because like I'm like have a life, you know, but like it's been really fun talking to people on there. And one of the top comments that I get in my lives is, hey, like, do you have a makeup tutorial? Like, can you show me how you do this specific thing in your makeup? And it's like, well, like, I didn't have one for a bit. I had one for my original makeup style, which was just like I posted another one recently on TikTok, but the thing is with TikTok, like, you technically can post an hour-long video on there. You can post a 20-minute long video on there. You can post a video however long you want at this point, but like, nobody's gonna watch it. So I've mastered the art of taking an hour-long video and cutting it down to maybe 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes. But like, I can't go into detail that way. So I was on a live one night, and somebody asked, like, hey, have you ever thought about posting a makeup tutorial on YouTube? I don't know, like, if you really want me to, I will, but like, I'm kind of scared of YouTube at this point. They said they really wanted me to, and then people backed them up. So here we are, and I'm going to make a makeup tutorial for you guys on YouTube. Okay, so the first step of my makeup is actually not makeup. We're actually going to start with an Elmer's glue stick, but we're going to glue our eyebrows down, okay? If you're following. If you're not, then I'm going to glue my eyebrows down, and you're going to watch me look a little stupid. But you can either dip your glue stick in like a warm water. I just think it's most convenient to lick it, because your mouth is right there. You know, warm water is way out there, so we're gonna lick the glue stick here, okay? I'm actually not gonna show me licking it because that grosses me out, but yeah, it's quite simple. You just lick it. We're gonna go against the way my hair grows, right? Because you want it all up in there, and I really didn't get it all up in there, but I did get it in there. So then we're going to brush it. You can either brush it out or up. I kind of go at an angle just because I don't really know which works best for me. You see how like bald my eyebrows are? Isn't that so cute? So one thing with gluing your eyebrows down is you want to make sure that you're cleaning your skin and like around your eyebrows in between each layer, just so that you're not getting it everywhere. One of the worst things ever is gluing your eyebrows down and starting your base and then realizing that you forgot to clean around your brows. The best way to clean it is with alcohol, like rubbing alcohol. I don't have that, so I'm not going to use that, but we are going to clean it off with a Q-tip, a wet Q-tip. So in between each layer though, make sure it dries, because you don't just want to be stacking wet glue on top of wet glue. Otherwise you're going to end up with very textured brows. Okay, my eyebrows are really thin. They're dry already, so we are going to go in with our next layer. Now for this layer, you can go with the hairs and really press in there. Now gluing down your eyebrows, like some people can get away with doing just like, you know, 2 or 3 layers. Some people you're gonna have to do more. It really depends on your eyebrows. So now for this next layer, instead of using my brush, I am going to be using either my finger or a flat object. I prefer my finger, but instead of brushing it up, we're gonna flatten it against my face. And just like the other layers, you do want to make sure you're still cleaning in between these ones as well. I don't think I mentioned earlier, but also another one of the reasons you want to clean around your eyebrows is because if you put the product over your eyebrows at some point and the glue is kind of all over, there's a chance of it pulling up and peeling off, and at that point you're literally just removing your product, and it's kind of just a waste of time and product. So it's like, why even, you know, clean around your eyebrows, bro. Like, just do it. Okay, no, I didn't mention this at the beginning of the video, but I did also just get a few products in the mail today from 2 different drag queens. So I got a new powder from Kimchi Chic. I've never tried any of her makeup products before, so I'm excited to try this powder. The other 2 products I got were Trixie Cosmetics products. I got the Hotline pen liner, her black liquid eyeliner. I also got the Play pigments. I got it in white, which would be player 1. Okay, I was not expecting this to be so soft. I've never pet a chinchilla before, but like, I'd imagine this is it. Okay, oh my god. It has a little heart on the inside. This is so cute. I used to have a powder, or maybe it was a powder highlighter, but it had a star in the middle, and that was just, I mean, I love stars, so. Now, the only reason I really mentioned those products is because for the last layer of glue, you want to go over it actually and press powder into it, like loose powder. I might need to grab a different powder puff because this one's full of my other powder, and I really want to try this new one. Okay, I got our other powder puff. She's kind of green, and blue, and yellow, and red. Kind of just the whole rainbow. I mean, we're not really going to get a result with this, but it's okay. I'm just excited to use her. Let's just get her in. Wait. My brows are so flat, you guys. Also, the nails, you guys. I found this nail install off of Pinterest, but I do my nails myself, so it's like, I mean, like, I didn't like design them, but like I still did it, so it's like, all right, you know what? I guess I'll give myself that. Okay, and then we're just gonna brush off any of the excess. Now my next step after that is to put on some primer. I use the e.l.f. Power Grip one. I'm almost out, unfortunately, so if anybody wants to buy me a new one, I'd really appreciate that because I'm broke. I'm joking, but like I actually need a new one, so, and I am actually broke, so I need to get money, and I need to get one of these. Then I have this really crusty makeup beauty blender. Next step is I go in with foundation. I really like the IRL Filter one from Revolution, but then I also have their concealer as well, which is, I think this one's C1, which is, it's just like the second shade and the first shade. Love these. This just literally goes all over my face. I could just put it on my face directly, but then I feel like there's a chance of it getting everywhere, and I don't want that. This also goes under my nails, but that's not part of the tutorial. That just kind of happens. I will be taking my Septum out now, though. Oh my god, my bracelets are gonna be really loud for this. I apologize. We're just gonna blend this into my whole face, so we can just speed that up real quick. I will say my only issue with makeup and having piercings and all that is that the foundation never gets into the creases and around my piercings, so I do actually have to go in with a little brush afterwards, which is fine. Okay, so this is when I go in with the rest of my like liquid products and my cream products. So we are going to go in with some liquid bronzer. I just use this, which is, it's just like, it's a concealer, but like it's clearly too dark for me, so I use this as my bronzer. Trust the process. It's gonna look funky for a minute, but like, you know, you saw the final product, like, we get there. I just kind of put this like all around my face, right? And then we're gonna go in with a concealer or my foundation again to kind of like carve out part of my face. Now I actually use bronzer instead of contour, then I just kind of blend this out, right, as best as I can, because like I said, we are just going to go back in with a lighter product anyways. It kind of looks like I'm painting on a beard, but I swear to god we're not. So I go in with this very light concealer, and then this side, okay, kind of make her more defined again. Okay, that's like as best as we're gonna get. Now we're gonna go on to my nose. So for my nose contour, I use literally this brush and the identical brush in black. Though we are going to use the same product that I used for my cheeks on my nose. I kind of just start by like, you know, we're gonna carve her out, right? I'm not using that word correctly, but I honestly don't really care. We just kind of cover my whole nose in that, right? And then it gets blended out. Okay, so now we're going to take our, I'm going to use the pale concealer. This just goes from like the top up here down my nose. For my nose, my tip of my nose, I just kind of draw this little like, we're going to draw like, it's almost like a, what are those called? The trapezoid.
I don't have liquid blush, but I have liquid lipsticks, which I use as liquid blush.
Now, I'm somebody who loves blush, so I do wear a lot of blush, and I definitely make sure to like pack it on and really add as much pigment as I can, so that's what we're going to do. I also use a powder after this. Now we can powder my face. I saw somebody say in a live, they were on live, I don't know this person, but they were talking about like powders, whatever, and somebody asked them if they had tried Kimchi's powder before. He said something about how like he has tried it but he didn't like it because it didn't really suit his makeup, like, you know, preference, I guess. But he said that he thought that it would be really good. Like, he said it was, you know, it's made by a drag queen, but he was like, I feel like this would be good for drag makeup just because of the way that it works. And so I was like, hell yeah, I'm getting this. Whoa. I also don't bake my whole face, so we are going to brush all of this off, and then we're going to put it back on a few specific areas. Under my eyes. We put it down here. Oops, on my forehead. I then will start on my eyebrows, but I don't have a specific routine for my eyebrows and my eyes. So sometimes I'll start with my brows and then I'll do my eyes. Sometimes I'll do my eyes and then I'll go with my brows. I think tonight we're gonna do the brows first because in the TikTok tutorial I did my eyes first. So we're gonna do the brows first this time just to like add variety, why not? Let's brush off this powder. Before we do anything with my eyes though, I am gonna go in with my blush. Okay. And then on my chin. Now we can start on my eyebrows, and so I'm excited to try the Play Pigment because I've never actually tried it before. I've never used the Trixie Cosmetics products. I would use an angled brush for this. Let's see, because I like to start my eyebrows with a white and then we go over them afterwards with the brow color, but I like to have a white base underneath them. Okay, let's see. She seems to be pretty pigmented. So we are just going to start with like, I like to start where my eyebrows start, right? And then we kind of start going up at an angle about halfway through, well, okay, halfway through my eyebrows, but I guess like a third of the way through normal eyebrows. And then we bring it down at another angle. We're kind of making our eyebrows look a little angry, right? But it just adds sass, it adds character, right? And we're literally just going to do the same exact thing for this one. I do want to test out, I don't have the money for it right now, but I want to test out that like Athena palette or whatever, the one with like, it's like the face paint palette. It looks really nice. Now I'm just gonna blend out, like I'm literally just blending in a little bit of foundation to the white to kind of have not such a harsh like start. For my brows, I don't use a brow pencil or an eyeliner or anything. I actually use a thin brush, and I dip that brush into water and I take an eyeshadow and I kind of create like a gel with that. For my brows, I'm just gonna follow the top of the white that we put down earlier. Eyebrows basically finished. The last step I do though is I do like to add a little eyebrow slit, so on each side. So I'm gonna take the little brush again and I literally just like slit there. And I do one on both sides. Now we can start on my eyes. So I am going to do the pink and blue, so I'm going to start off with this. I have a pink brush, right? This one I use specifically for my pinks. I'm going to start off with using the same color I used for my blush. I'm going to do the pink on the right eye, so we're going to use this same color on my eyes so that I can blend it together. I mean, obviously we're not going to be able to blend the blue into the blush, but we'll find a way. I like to start with my lightest pigment first and then go in afterwards with a darker pigment to add more of an ombre and more depth to my eyes. I'm going to also bring this onto my nose. I'm going to just brush away any excess, and I'm literally just going to do the same shape, so I'll see you guys in a second. Now we go in with a deeper version of both of these colors. This can kind of go in the lid and blend out into the lighter blue. Then I go in with a white, so I'm going to take back out this brush. I think maybe I'm going to try doing the face paint first, and then go in with the Play Pigment on top of that to add more pigment to it. I take that from literally like the way inner corner. I bring that up to, let's say, about here-ish, and then I kind of make like a little semicircle on my face, okay? And we are going to fill that in. It's not just going to go directly down though, so it will fill in downwards, but I create a little white wing with this, so we are going to create a little wing going up, and then I can fill that in and fill in the wing. We're going to go and make a little inner corner. I explained the eyes a little bit better in the TikTok one. I'm just like, my brain's kind of just like fried right now, So we're going to do the same thing for the blue eye. I don't know if anybody knows. So I'm getting messaged by somebody and I don't really want to answer that. Oh my god. That just ruined my whole train of thought. And my eyeliner. Now we can go with eyeliner. Eyeliner is my favorite step of makeup, so I always get really excited around here. Because, hell yes. Let's see. I also got new lashes recently, and they are so cute, so I'm so excited. So we kind of go up. I don't go all the way to the end of this, though, because I will be doing a line above, so I kind of leave this much space at the end usually. Kind of do like a little floaty wing up on the top, just to shape my eye. I like to have it thicker on the outside, really thin on the inside, so we will just like there. Okay, I get really worried about killing my eyeliner too quickly, so instead of using the eyeliner to fill in my lid, I'm just gonna use this face paint, but you can use eyeliner. I'm just paranoid. I like to also line underneath with this white, so we will line here, and then I like to do a little like, how do you describe that? Like a little loop here, right? And then I'm kind of go through the middle of that with my liner, like that. Gorgina. This feels less like a makeup tutorial and more like I'm doing my makeup on camera, but that's okay. Now I also do draw on lashes, so we are going to draw her on here. They're like really dramatic, the drawn on lashes. Here. Draw her here. But like 3 on top, 3 on bottom. Now I will glue the lashes, put glue on the lashes. I like to put glue on both the lashes and on my lids, just because it sticks better. So I will be doing that. Actually, before I do that though, we are going to put on mascara. I don't put any on my bottom lashes just because it kind of goes over the white and then it looks a bit messy, so we're not going to do that. Can I just say though, like, look at how beautiful these lashes are. Like, that's gorgeous. We are going to start on my lips now. So we're going to be spraying some water into a black eyeshadow. So I'm going to start on my bottom lip, right? I can't talk too much when I do this, but you can kind of just see. Okay. And then we're going to go up on my lips as well and kind of blend in. For my top lips, I don't know how well you could tell, but instead of like, I don't try to add a cupid's bow at all. I literally just go from the outer corner and at an angle kind of curve inwards to the top, and then do the same thing and connect it on the other side. I'm using the same product I used for my cheeks for the lips. We just put this in the center. And then I rub my lips together. I do also have a few glosses I like to add over these, just to add more pigment and more shine, so I will be putting a gloss over this as well. Now I can put the lashes on because they should be dry by now. Lashes are kind of like one of those things where it's like I was so like nervous about using them for the first time when I first put them on, but they're really not that difficult. You just want to make sure you're getting them at the right angle. There we go. Look at her. And lashes really make the whole look. Like, you could look stupid the whole time, and then you put in the lashes and it's like, oh, like, I see the vision. For the lashes, I kind of start in the middle of my eye, and then I connect the other two sides. But I definitely make sure that the outer angle is up higher than the inner, or the outer bit of the lash is up higher than the inner bit. I also like to add a few beauty marks on, so one here, 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 and here. Sometimes I like to add bottom lashes, but I don't think I'm going to do that tonight just because I don't want to. So we're not going to do that, but you can add bottom lashes. I just like to use like really little short lashes like this one. These ones are kind of crusty though, so like ignore that. But yeah, that's what I do for my my bottom lashes. Sometimes I can put this up and back in, so there's a brush in my sleeve. Always forget to as well, but I do like to put on a highlighter, so we're going to put on highlighter now. So we put that where the concealer is on the contour of my nose. I use I guess it would be considered a gel highlighter. It's definitely not powder, but it's e.l.f. and it doesn't say anything more than that. So I can't go any further into detail, I guess. But, okay, so that is the official makeup tutorial, I guess. I'm gonna have to edit down over an hour of video, but that's fine with me. This will At least I don't have to cut it down to like 3 minutes this time. I can cut it down to like 20, so I can go in more into depth. I'm gonna put on music and edit that, I guess. I would take my hair down, but it's gonna be a mess now because my bangs are very short, so I don't want to do that. But yeah, this is the finished look, I guess. I'm also gonna take my earrings out because they're loud, but they're heavy. I don't know. Well, they're not heavy, but they get heavy after a little bit. So, yeah, don't mind my crooked nose now, but I'm gonna edit this, record some TikTok videos, probably in the opposite order. I'm gonna call somebody back who called me, and I'm gonna take this off and go to sleep. So, hope this was like everything y'all needed. And yeah. It's gonna be weird to be posting on YouTube again if I am. This might be like it's like a single comeback post and then I'm never gonna post again. But, everywhere. But yeah. Thanks for recommending I make a tutorial on YouTube because I never would have thought to do that. Or thought to actually do that. So, yeah. See y'all in the next one. I have an intro, I think, somewhere in my phone. I don't have an outro, so it's just gonna have to be a cold goodbye. Goodbye, you guys.